What's up, everyone? This is Emily back with another monthly plan with me, and today I'll be setting up my July 2021 bullet journal spreads, which I'm super excited to show you because this month's theme is Rugrats. So, fun fact, my birthday is in July, and I'm also a 90s kid, so I thought it would be fun to have this month's theme as one of my favorite 90s shows. And the first one to pop into my head was Rugrats. I loved Rugrats so much growing up that I even had a Rugrats themed bedroom for a while, and I had like the Rugrats comforter and curtains and stuff. It was great. It was very 90s and adorable. So anyway, I wanted to channel the vibes of my old bedroom and just like 90s cartoons in general for the cover page. So I decided to draw July in the same style as the Rugrats title and font, which I think turned out super cute. I also had to include Reptar somewhere in the setup, so I figured why not on the cover page. And to make it more symmetrical, I added on the left there the purple Reptar, which I'll color in later, who I believe is the girl Reptar, if I remember correctly. Throughout this spread, I use a combination of Tombow dual brush pens and Crayola super tips to color everything in. So not only do I have like vivid memories of my Rugrats bedroom, but I also have like vivid memories of watching the episodes as a kid. Like, I remember the Mirror World episode, which was like super iconic, I feel like. And then there was that episode where Chucky, I think, swallows a watermelon seed. And then they're like worried that a watermelon is gonna grow in his stomach. So they like journey into his stomach to get the watermelon seed out. And I won't lie, this one like scarred me for a long time as a kid. Like, I remember I was scared to eat watermelon because I thought if I swallowed a seed, one was gonna grow in my stomach, and I was like, not worth the risk. Which is funny because like watermelon's like my favorite fruit now. Apparently there's a reboot of Rugrats on Paramount Plus. I have not watched it yet, so I don't know if it's any good. I don't think I've heard the greatest things about it. Unfortunately, I mean, first of all, they changed the animation style. I've never really been a big fan of like that 3D animation, so I don't know if I'll end up watching it, but maybe I'll give it a try. So for the rest of the cover page, I filled the blank space with these shapes of different colors because I feel like when you look back at like 90s patterns and stuff, there's a lot of like bright colors and shapes and squiggles and zigzags. So you'll see I use this kind of design throughout this month's spreads. Even though there's a lot going on, I think this cover page turned out super cute. Definitely the most colorful thing I've done in my bullet journal so far. After the cover page is finished, I start to work on my calendar page, and you'll see here that I mess up and accidentally make the second row of boxes the wrong size. At first I thought about just leaving it as it is, but I find a decent way to fix it later. In the meantime, I draw this cute little picture of Tommy hugging his dog Spike in the corner. Even though it makes it a lot more work, this month I added some extra doodles to the pages to really just highlight that theme. I go back and finish coloring in the header to match the style of the cover page. Here's where I try to fix the calendar by making the extra row the days of the week, and I immediately write Monday instead of Sunday. It's not a big deal, I can fix it later. Then I go back and color in the drawing of Tommy and Spike, and Tommy was always my favorite character, so I wanted to include him somewhere in this month's setup. A new spread I'm going to try out this month is a content planner. So for the header, I switched it up by drawing this purple splat, which is supposed to be kind of reminiscent of the orange Nickelodeon splat. I always feel like the splatter paint is also kind of 90s aesthetic. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted a place to keep track of my social media activities so that I can be sure that I'm staying active on everything, since I currently manage 3 Instagrams and a Twitter account, so it's a lot, yeah. I'm drawing a Reptar bar, which they eat in the show, and they always looked so good. I don't know why. Like, cartoon food just always looks better than like real life food. And then this is where I keep track of what I'm watching, another to-do list for the month, and my favorite things about Rugrats. Because we're going back to the 90s, I wanted to do my very first playlist spread. So I drew like a 90s Walkman with the old cassette player and wrote down some of my fave songs from the 90s. On the next page, I have my habit tracker spread, and next to that, I have another new spread I'll be trying out this month. It's just a place to keep track of my workouts and a place to meal plan. Since it's kind of food related, I thought it would be cute to doodle a cookie jar at the bottom since Angelica loves cookies, and honestly I don't blame her because I do too. I finish up these spreads by coloring everything in. Then I add more of those 90s shapes and patterns and some washi tape, and boom, these pages are done. Next, we have my weekly spreads, and I start by drawing and coloring in these doodles from the show. So we have Tommy's ball, Lil's bow, the duck on Phil and Lil's matching outfits, and the Saturn on Chucky's shirt. Then I cut out the Dutch door so you can see Angelica's Cynthia doll, the cat from Kimmy's dress, and Tommy's screwdriver on the other side. I fill in the blank space with more colorful shapes, just like the other spreads, and I do the same thing on the other side. I draw in some purple splats for my weekly headers. Then I go back to the Rugrats font to write events on each of the pages, so I have space to write down events happening each week. If you saw last month's video, you saw I did a really simple and like condensed setup for my weeklies because I don't have much going on right now since I'm not in school and I'm not really working that much. So this month I'm keeping it simple again by just having a rolling weekly to-do list for each week. Then I added some washi tape and these spreads were done. Last but not least is my mood tracker and monthly review page. I started by putting my mood tracker next to my monthly review because I feel like those are the things I go back to previous months and look at the most, so it just makes sense to put them next to each other. Originally, I was going to do another 1 word a day for my mood tracker, but I thought it would be fun to color in different shapes based on my mood for each day. For my monthly review, I like to include a few things that I rate each month and then just a few questions that I answer as well. Then I go back and color in the little spike drawing at the bottom, add some washi tape, and some more shape doodles. Alright, so that concludes my July 2021 setup. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did, and thank you so much for watching this far if you made it this far. This was such a fun one to do with all the crazy shapes and colors, and it just brought back so many memories of watching Rugrats, being a 90s kid, all those good vibes, you know. I added in those songs that I talked about earlier for my playlist, including a Britney Spears song. You know I gotta give it up for my girl. She's going through a time right now, so Queen, we're here for you. I added some gray lines to the events part of these pages as well, just so that it could all look more cohesive. And also did the same thing for the review page. As I mentioned before, all of my themes for 2021 are based off my favorite TV shows and movies, so please go check out the past months and subscribe if you want to see more. It really means a lot to a small YouTuber like me. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.